this is just so important after what we've seen after the past year and a half with parents coming in, sometimes feeling like they haven't been heard. I want to do everything I can to listen to the people. And in fact, I have recently changed a position of mine on a very important issue because of what I've heard from the community as they told me how they felt and what they believed about it. So I own a business here in town called RPG, and from my experience in business and the various boards that I sit on in the community, the superintendent is something like the CEO or president or executive director or something like that, the one who manages the day in, the day out, and actually is responsible for making the district succeed. The board keeps him accountable, him or her accountable. And what we do on the board would be to create policy, to help drive the district and drive the superintendent's vision. I firmly believe that we need to prepare our students for the marketplace with skills and different kinds of training that are a lot of times non-traditional. College is not the only option. It is a great option for many people, but other students, based on their skills and their goals, things like community college, apprenticeships, entrepreneurship, all kinds of things like this, trade schools, those need to be looked at as other valid options, and we can begin those marketable skills training early through things like the College and Career Center. This is extremely important to me because when the pandemic first started, we made the decision in my business to pay our employees no less than $15 an hour. And in the school district, I feel the very same way. We've got to pay our teachers and staff more. And so short term, unfortunately, it's going to include a lot of cuts, and I'm speaking with Kathy Johnson, the Executive Director of Finance at the district, to come up with ideas in that regard. But long term, what we'll need to do is create programs, create things that attract students to the district so that we can, again, bring our head count up, our enrollment, which would increase our funding with the state. Again, this is something I learned in my business. It's not enough to just pay well. That's the baseline. But what you also have to do is make sure that the work environment is something that people want to be at. We've created a culture at my business which encourages people's development in their skills, which makes everybody excited to come to work. We involve them in the finances. We do all sorts of things to engage them. In the school district, it's going to be a very similar thing. We've got to engage our teachers and staff, and we've got to create a work environment which they want to come to and that they feel supported in. So I was not a part of the decision to close down Kennedy. I know that was extremely controversial. But now that the decision has already been made, one of the great things that has come out of it is the fact that we do reach pre-kindergarten students. So first of all, this just makes sense financially. If our goal is to increase enrollment, we have a whole nother grade that we get to add to the enrollment and thereby increase our funding. In terms of what it actually provides for students, there are plenty of private schools, private preschools all over the community, but this would be a way to do it in an affordable way for those who can't pay for a private education for their pre-K students. So this helps equity, this helps the education process early so that the development can begin at an earlier stage and help the students in their entire lives.